Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Loan Officer Wealth Podcast. Today, we are blessed with Colleen Wood as our guest. Colleen, it's great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Chris. I'm so excited to join you today.
Awesome. Well, you have built an incredible team, and I'm really looking forward to hearing about how you did that. But for our listeners, would you mind kind of sharing with us what your volumes look like now, and then we can go backwards in time and see how we got there?
Sure. I think the easiest number to be able to share is just what we were able to do in 2021, this being January of 2022 and just only a couple weeks in. So in 2021, our team was able to help 276 families for just a hair under 100 million. So uh, obviously, we were going to hit 100 million, and that's what we count. And then we had a loan roll into January, but that's just mortgage business right there for you.
That is so true. It's somebody bought a car day before closing, right?
Yeah, that's just the way it works out sometimes.
Awesome. And then what does your team look like? Is it just you or solo producer? What does that look like?
So I have like the super producer model, which Carl White, our friend, references the super producer. So all the loans are written in my name, but I have a very large team that their job is to catch. So my job is to make sure that the phone rings. So I'm out there building relationships and making sure that we're constantly stirring the pot and making sure that realtors know and past clients know to send their friends, family, and coworkers over to us. And then I have a team that their job is, again, to catch, to convert, to get everything structured and locked. And then our team hands everything over to our operations staff. And then the operations staff actually keeps the file all the way through to closing. So the sales team doesn't get involved in the file after we've gotten the commitment. Their job is just to continue to bring in more business constantly over and over and over again.
That's an incredible model. Now, it's
Thank you.
also somewhat unique in the mortgage business to have that type of process. So there might be some people out there with questions about, so wait a minute, like you're not picking up the phone and taking the mortgage applications and then chasing conditions? How does that work?
Absolutely not. The number one thing, if you're a solo producer, the number one change that you can make to your business is just getting someone to be able to answer your phone, because you should definitely not be answering any questions that have to do with files in process. Loan officers should only be talking to new clients and realtors that could refer them business. So having someone right away that can answer the phone and just say, hey, are you calling about a new application or are you calling about a file currently in process? So that splits your calls right down the middle, 50% right away. So if it's a file in process, the question is going to go to the processor who's actually working the file. And if it's a new application, 100%, it's going to go on a calendar, and it's gonna be a controlled calendar, and that person that could be an admin answering the phone and controlling your calendar can really be a game changer to make you feel like you're not just running around just answering questions 90 miles an hour and you don't have any control of your day. That person will help you control your day and be able to cut your call volume in half and only be bringing in new business.
That's amazing. And you touched on a really interesting insight there on the fact that they schedule all of those people for appointments to actually
Mm-hmm.
take the application. I talk to a lot of loan officers that will say, I just send people my online link, and until they go on my website and fill out a mortgage application, I won't mess with them. That's what I do with my leads. I just send them to my website, and if I don't get the app, I don't follow up with them. What would you say to that?
If we do send people the application, but it's really important for them to have an appointment scheduled. Number one, you're a doctor, you are not a 7-Eleven convenience store, and you have to treat yourself differently than that. When you're brand new, we're literally taking any lead of any kind. If they have a pulse, we want them, right? When you're brand new. And you should. When you're brand new, you should take anybody, because you have to establish a reputation of being able to close business. But as if you're 6 months to a year and you've closed a large handful of people, you have to start controlling your day. And it's okay for people to schedule an appointment with you, even if they're calling you at 9 a.m. to have your person that's answering the phone say, "Wonderful, Colleen would love to speak with you at 11 o'clock this morning. Here's a link to our online application. The best way to get started and to make it so smooth for her when she's visiting with you is if you could just take a few minutes to pop in, complete the online application. If you have access to some of your documentation, it's very easy to upload that right with the application. And then when Colleen and you meet later on this morning at 11, she'll have everything that she needs in order to help you complete your application. But if they don't complete the application, we're still talking to them. My mortgage experts are if they're looking to see if they've completed the application, and if they haven't, they're guiding them through an online just a verbal application and helping them complete that. Because if you're waiting on somebody to help themselves to go online, you're missing out on so much because somebody else is willing to take a verbal application.
Yep. Yeah, that is
Mm-hmm.
so true. Now, so you mentioned there, so you're directing, are you taking all of the applications? Somebody comes in, I want to submit a mortgage application, everybody gets booked an appointment with you, or do you also have team members that are stepping in and taking those applications as well?
I don't talk to clients anymore. I haven't talked to clients in
Amazing.
a long time. Um, uh, I have two mortgage experts that's their job is to take incoming clients, structuring loans. They're managing buy sells. They're communicating with realtors to chase any buy sells. My job is 100% realtor relationships and making the phone ring. So the only time I would ever communicate with a client is if it's like a super old past client that just loves me, and I just love them and I just want to talk to them. Um, and actually, I've found that I've been out of the loan writing side of it long enough that I found that I don't have logins for stuff. I don't know how to do things. I'm not the right person to be writing loans anymore. My team is way more versed in doing that. So I really just let them do their job.
That's amazing. And one of the things that I hear over and over when we're trying to help people through the process of starting to hire and step back from those things is my clients only want to deal with me. And did you get any of that when you made the transition?
I was so worried about that because the relationships that I had built with my clients and my realtors, it was a very personal relationship. I had taken the time to know everything about them, their lives, their family, their kids, what was important to them. But, at the end of the day, our clients just want to be heard. They don't want to wait. I mean, my schedule is ridiculous. I am easily 3 weeks out to talk to somebody. So they don't want to wait on me. They want to be able to move forward. But I'm also coaching my mortgage experts to take the time to slow down, to ask questions about their family, get to know them, build a
Yeah.
relationship with them, just like I would. And they name drop me. They have to say my name 3 times in every conversation. So they say, oh, Colleen's going to love to hear that. Or, Colleen loves to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries. So, yours is coming up just around the corner. So we're so excited that we're going to be able to celebrate that with you. So they're name dropping me. And we know that it's effective because when we get the reviews at the end of the transaction, clients are saying, oh, Colleen did such a great job on my transaction, blah, blah, blah. Um, I think it was Scotty Campbell that said, if if I know the names of my clients at the end of the transaction, I know too much, and
Hmm.
that's really kind of where we're at with it. If I'm getting roped into a transaction, something has gone wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, we want it to be genuine. I'm not interested in building ingenuine relationships, but at the same time, we're wanting to help as many families as possible with balance for our team.
Yep. Absolutely. And well, that's really well said. That balance is super important. So
It's super important.
you're driving a big business. So what are the activities that you're doing in order to bring in consumer direct business that you find are working the best right now?
Um, you know, um, I follow the daily success plan strategically. I have really, it sounds so simple, but going back to basics, the daily success plan is the number one creator of business. And if us as the face of the company will just follow, it's 13 hellos every single day. That's not 13 voicemails. That's 13 hellos. Keep calling until you've talked to 13 people that can refer you business. And that's not necessarily realtors. That can be past clients. That can be, CPAs or financial advisors, somebody that can refer you business. 13 hellos, 5 handwritten thank you cards of any kind. So we're looking all the time, looking into Facebook, who's had a baby, who's had an anniversary, who's been on vacation, 13 handwritten, or excuse me, 5 handwritten cards of some sort every single day, and then 3 face-to-face appointments of some sort. So that can be like you saw somebody in an event, you had a great conversation with them, you had lunch or a cocktail with them, making sure that you're having those face-to-face meetings. And I love those because I'm a very genuine person. I really, really like talking to people. So those
Yeah.
are pretty easy to hammer out. But if you're still getting sucked into your business and you're looking at bank statements, it's really, really hard to have 3 face-to-face meetings every day. So
Yep.
the other part of the daily success plan that's really important is making sure that you're shooting a video of some sort and posting it online on whatever social media platform that you like. As long as you're shooting a video of some sort and posting it, that's the other part of the daily success plan that you should be trying to incorporate into your business every day.
That's amazing. Now, that's okay. There's so much there. Um, for listeners that haven't been introduced to the Daily Success Plan, I just want to put a brief plug in here for the Mortgage Marketing Animals and Carl White over at the group. If you're not plugged in, they do a morning coaching session. It's called the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Head on over to Facebook, search that up, or go to the website, mortgagemarketinganimals.com, plug into the information. If you're a branch manager or you're doing more than 5 loans a month, you need to reach out to them. You need to inquire about the Freedom Club and start getting this information about the Daily Success Plan. So, Colleen, I don't want to give away too much on the episode about that, but
Okay.
could you unpack just briefly, like a Monday to Friday snapshot of what the Daily Success Plan actually is?
Sure. So remembering that the daily success plan is the same thing every day, but on each of the 4 days of the week, we work 4-day work weeks. So Monday through Thursday, we take Fridays off. Myself, my team's still working on Friday, but I take Fridays off. So Mondays, we call them Thor's Hammer Days. Those are the days that we're calling realtors, new realtors that we do not yet have a relationship with. We're calling them to get in front of them. Tuesdays are just ask calls. Those are what most people call update calls, but the most important part is that we're giving people the update on their file in process. So both borrowers and both realtors and the title company, we're calling them, giving them an update on a file in process. But at the end of the phone call, we're saying, hey, we absolutely love working with you. Who else in your world is also looking to purchase or refinance? Anybody that's like you, we would love to work with them too. Wednesdays are past database calls. So we're calling our past database, we call 2 letters of the alphabet, so alphabetized by last name, and we call A and B one week, we call C and D the next week, and on down the line. We're calling those past database folks and saying, hey, what's going on in your world? What's changed? Is the house still serving you? Oh, you're having a new baby. Is this house going to be the house you're going to want to live in with the new baby? Do you have enough room? Have you ever thought about all the equity that you have in your home? Did you want to, do a kitchen remodel? Did you want to, put a back outdoor space? We can help you with a cash out refinance. But those past database calls are really like, they're very warm, easy phone calls we're just checking in with people, but we're also making sure that we're serving them very well. Thursdays, those folks we're calling we call them our pals, pre-approved and looking. So PAAL. Pre-approved and looking phone calls. Those are the folks that you've already pre-qualified, pre-approved. They're out there shopping. You're calling and saying, hey, are you looking at new property this weekend? Super. Do you have the pre-qualification letter that you need from me? That house is 500,000. The letter you have is 450. Let's make sure that you qualify for 500,000, and let's make sure you have the letter in hand. It's also a great call because if a realtor has sent you that client and you find out through talking to them that they're going to go look at property with a different realtor, it's a great call to call your realtor that refers you the business to say, hey, did you know that Bob that you referred to me is now looking with a different realtor? It's probably a really great time to call Bob and see if
Yep.
you can rope him back in, because we would hope that they would give us the same respect if they were shopping with a different lender. Man, if you can help that realtor be able to hang on to a lead that they sent you, that's humongous value for you as their lender.
Yeah, 100%. Another little gem. So that right there, right there, there's a ton of shiny objects out there in the mortgage industry right
Oh
now.
my gosh.
It's unbelievable.
Hmm.
Fundamentals, Colleen, you just mapped out $1 million a year business right
Hmm.
there. Those are the activities that need to be done. That was incredibly valuable. Thank you for sharing that.
You bet.
Um, so you also mentioned that you're spending a lot of time going consumer direct, but also working with the realtors. So you're making the realtor calls to the Thor's Hammer list, which is a cold list of realtors that you're not doing business with right now. Could you share
Correct.
with us some other tips of what you're doing to nurture the relationships with the realtors that you are working with in order to continue to keep those relationships strong and get as many referrals as possible?
So we work what we call a Focus 40 list. So a Focus 40 are 40 realtors that are consistently referring us business. So we are always trying to cultivate a Focus 40, and that should be every loan officer should be trying to build out a list of 40 realtors that is consistently referring them business. For each realtor on that Focus 40 list, you should be able to close 4 transactions a year. So 40 times 4, that's 160 transactions based on that Focus 40 list. So if you're wanting 320, obviously you need 80 consistently referring realtors. So we are building building those relationships by constantly just being in front of them. Once you've gone through Thor's Hammer, you've called them for 12 weeks. So we call our realtors for 12 weeks in order to get in front of them initially. If they won't give you the time of day for 12 weeks when you're trying to call a new realtor, they fall off, they go away. But once we've met with them, we do a 12-week realtor follow-up program that is for 12 weeks showing them value, whether that's helping them with their database, helping them be able to chase some of their old dead leads, helping them by showing them the agent mastermind program that we have available too. That's humongous value. We give them an intro packet to our team, which is just like a cup and a mouse pad and stickers and stuff. So for 12 weeks, we're giving them value. At the end of 12 weeks, if they're not referring us business, again, they're dead to us. They fall off. And we get a new one. Um, so, but even once they're consistently referring us business, they're our friends. So that's my job, is to stay in front of them. I'm going to their open houses. I'm going to their office and talking to their realtors. We're having cocktails. We're having dinner. They're my friends. So
Yep.
by the time that they're referring us business, it's a solid relationship, and I treat it as a real relationship, and we're growing together. So I'm helping them with anything they need help with. We're doing like commercials together. We're doing social media things together. So whatever it takes in order to maintain those relationships of those realtors that are consistently referring us business, remember that they're your friends. Treat them like they're your friends. Go play basketball together. Go whatever it is. I mean, that should be easy to anybody who loves people.
Yeah. Very well said. And I think just the overall mindset of the fact that it is a relationship, it's not a transaction, it's a
No.
relationship. And it's not at the end of the day specifically about how many deals they send you per year. It's about the strength of the relationship and the fact that you're both in business together.
I think it's really important, Chris, to remember that this is a business for a lifetime. And if
Yeah.
you go at this business with the energy of I'm just going to make a bunch of money, you're always going to lose. It
Yeah.
has to be about the customer, and it has to be about the relationship you're building with your referral partners. If you're just like, I'm trying to get these people so I can make more money, it's going to show. That's going to show in how you treat them, how you don't remember to call them back, how you don't remember their birthday, all of those things. Build real, genuine relationships, and that'll
That
make
is
you money.
phenomenal. And I think probably a fantastic segue to the end of our episode. And thank you for being so generous with your time. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
there's a loan officer out there that thinks, man, Colleen's systems are incredible, I'd like to potentially work with a team like that. Or if there's a realtor watching this episode going, man, I would love to work with somebody like Colleen that really takes my business to heart like that. How do people reach out to you? How do people get a hold of you?
Yeah. So my office phone number is actually my old cell phone number. So those of you loan officers that are still clamoring to your old cell phone, you need to give your old cell phone number to your team and get a private, personal phone number. I know that's mind-boggling. Give your phone number to your team. So my office number is 406 406-220-0077. That's also my website, 406-220-0077.com. So come check us out. If any loan officers you want to know about how we built out our team, I love to help. So I'd love to visit with you about any how your team looks and how it could look with larger production and more balance in your world.
That is amazing, Colleen. Well, again, thank you for being on the show, and all the best. I can't wait till we get to see each other again and chat again.
Thanks, Chris. I'm honored by the opportunity.
Awesome. All the best. Hey, it's Chris Johnstone. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Loan Officer Wealth Podcast. I hope that you loved it and got incredible value from it. Right now, it's time to head on over to iTunes and leave your 5-star review if you enjoyed this episode. When you do, you will be entered into our monthly draw to receive an Amazon gift card. So go ahead, leave that review today. It also helps us attract top talent and really get incredible interviews lined up for you so that we can share even more value for you. Now, for the show notes and for all of the resources that were mentioned in this episode, you can head on over to loanofficerwealth.com. That's loanofficerwealth.com. You get access to all the show notes from all the episodes, all the past episodes, get notified of new episodes when they drop, and we've also got some very special bonuses for you over on that page when you opt in. So head on over and opt in today, and we look forward to sharing the next episode of the Loan Officer Wealth Podcast with you soon.